Hi, I'm Angela from empoweredcrystals.com and I make healing crystal jewellery. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for all you Scorpios out there for the summer period, and that will cover June, July and August. I'm going to be using these Crystal Grid Oracle cards, and as you can see they are full of crystal suggestions for the scenarios that you might be going through during this period. If this is the type of video that you do like to see, please do click the like and subscribe button below. And if you see any of my jewellery and want to go and have a browse, go and have a look at empoweredcrystals.com. Thanks very much. So I've already pre-picked your cards. So the first one is Clarity. And I've chosen Herkimer Diamonds for that. The second one is Knowledge. And I've chosen a nice smoky quartz for that one. And the third one is Emotions, and I've chosen some rainbow moonstone for that. Just trying to get a little bit of a blue glow. It's not coming today. Oh, there you go. Nice bit of blue glow there. Right, so the first one, Clarity. So I get the feeling that you've been going through a period of change, or there's been a lot of changes around you. So maybe you've not been going around through the change, but you've been seeing a lot of changes going on. And this card, Clarity, and especially with the other cards that are being picked here, I feel as though you've been asking a lot of questions recently. There's been a lot of things that have been triggering you to want more knowledge. You've been thinking along the lines of, why am I here? What am I doing? Questioning relationships, questioning your job, questioning your work. I feel as though, obviously this is a general reading, so I've got to interpret this as in as many ways as I can. But I do feel as though you have been feeling unsettled recently, and a lot of you will have this will have brought up questions, and you'll find yourself questioning almost your whole life, and how you act and how other people act towards you, and what you're doing. Is it what you want to do? But this card is saying about clarity. So it's saying the summer months, you will be getting answers to your questions. For some of you that find you don't get answers to your questions, it's talking about working on getting answers to your questions. So this is where we come to the little Herkimer Diamonds. I've only got small ones here because they're super expensive. They come from New York, and they are double terminated, perfect little quartzes. You can get them from Pakistan as well, and they tend to be bigger with a lot more black inclusions in, but they are all equally powerful. Very powerful little stone. So what you want to do with a Herkimer diamond, if you're wanting clarity, you want to be meditating with a Herkimer diamond, and also wearing a Herkimer diamond is a great idea. I would recommend this stone for anyone because it's a high vibration stone that when, especially if you find you dip in your energy, for example, not necessarily sort of energy levels, but if you dip where you're going to get depressed, that type of thing, so you're getting a bit low, this is very good for keeping your energy high, because it's a high vibration frequency. If you wear it in your aura, then you'll naturally be getting higher. So it's very good for keeping you buoyant. But in this case, specifically to clarity, you can meditate with this and wear this, and it will help bring answers to your questions. So for instance, if you're meditating, what you want to do is concentrate on what you want answers to. Do you want answers about your job, about your home life, about your family, about where you're living, that sort of thing? And you really want to concentrate on it and think about what you want your answers to mean as well. That's quite important, because there's no point in asking, what about my job? What do I feel about my job? You want to know what you want to get out of the answers. So, for instance, if you're feeling down about your job, you want to recognize that you don't like your job anymore, and you want to ask, are there any other options? If you're feeling unsure about your job, what to do about it, you want to ask, how should I pursue my career in the future, for instance? So that will help, hopefully give you answers as in, do you stay in your current job? Will it get better? Are you currently enjoying your job and you're worried that it's going to change with things that have been going on recently that you've seen? And also with family life, this is exactly the same sort of questions. Are you wanting to keep your family life together for a bit longer? You've really enjoyed your time together recently and you're wondering about how to create that, that sort of thing. So Herkimer Diamonds are great for that. So let's go on to the next card, and that's knowledge. So I've selected a smoky quartz for knowledge. And this suggests that you are going to be getting the answers to your questions even more, because we've got the clarity, which is allowing you to see clearly, and we've got the knowledge that you're going to gain. Again, this is a general reading, so I want to be sure that I tell you all of the meanings for this. So this could also mean that you need to find knowledge. So you're starting to see clearly, but you need a bit more information. That's another possibility around this. So what you want to be looking for is answers to your questions. So you could do this very practically, and if there's a certain area that you want to concentrate on, you could actually start looking for areas for information. You can go on the internet and find information about, let's say, for instance, a job. You're thinking, you suddenly come into your mind about another career, and it's something that you've been thinking about for a while. Do your research, gain your knowledge. You may also find that knowledge just falls into your lap during this period, because this is like a period of change for you, I feel. There's going to be a lot of answers to the questions that have been building up over the previous months. And this could come in the form of people talking to you. Somebody, for instance, if you're interested in a particular area, that they do that job and you're really interested in that. A particular family way of life. Just trying to think of an example. Let's say, for instance, it's freaked you out recently and you really want to become more self-sufficient. You may meet somebody that is already doing that and will show you easy ways to become less reliant on shops, for instance. Let's say another thing is that you've really enjoyed time with your children and you want to look into homeschooling. Now, I don't know about the legalities. I'm just trying to think of ideas around this. But it may be that you meet somebody that also homeschools and you could share the homeschooling with. It's sort of things like that. I'm just trying to think of all the examples that could come up during this time. Obviously, this is just to try to give you the broadest reading because this is general reading, but this is not going to apply to everyone. But it's just giving examples of how this card could apply to you, so you can extrapolate into your own situation. That's what I'm trying to do in this reading. So smoky quartz is a good one to meditate with during this time, and to make sure you get higher knowledge, and because this is a very grounding stone, so it brings you down to earth, but you also want to gain knowledge that is going to be for your highest good. So always use sage if you can when you're using smoky quartz and meditating. Using sage anyway when you're meditating, I would always recommend that. It's always a really good way of trying to keep yourself at a higher level of energy. So this comes on nicely to the last card. So this is the emotions card, and I've chosen Rainbow Moonstone for this one. And the emotions card, it's almost like a warning that if you move too fast, you could start to see heightened emotions. Now, these could be good emotions, they could be bad emotions, they just could, you just may be freaking out, that panicking. So you need to take this knowledge and you need to absorb it and take time to absorb it during this period. And this could lead to heightened emotions of panic, for instance, that you might be thinking about changes and you start to panic about the change. This could mean that you get heightened emotions of excitement, so you get overly excited and you move too fast into things. So the emotions card is all about tempering down your emotions, really. You don't want these heightened emotions. They're not useful for you at this time. This is what the emotions card is all about. It could also be, as this is a general reading, I keep on saying it, but I'm trying to read this in every way. It could also mean that emotions are getting in the way of you getting to these two, clarity and knowledge. So whatever way we interpret this card, the end result is the same, that we need to try to keep our emotions tempered on an even keel. So we need something like Moonstone to keep our emotions very tempered down. You can also use something such as Amethyst, which is very calming. Rose Quartz is very calming too. And another stone which is very good for evening off our emotions is lepidolite. So what we want is try to keep nice and calm during this period and just try to keep everything on a nice even keel. So basically we just want to concentrate on trying to gaining this knowledge and clarity and keeping our emotions in check during this period. But I do feel as though it's going to be a period of change for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do click the like and subscribe button below. If you like any of the jewellery that you've seen, or you would like to see any of these in the form of jewellery, please do pop over to empoweredcrystals.com and have a browse. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.